Today, I'm going to share with you the 3 rules in sales psychology. Marketing has a very specific way of looking at things, and I call these my marketing glasses, and I brought them here, my marketing glasses. You're an expert in your field and you look at your work with your expert eyes, and then you can judge. This is good work, this is not so good work, this is important, this is not important. You know, because you're the expert. But as soon as you put on these marketing glasses, what was super important here might not be important anymore. That way of looking at things, that very specific perspective marketing has, that's what I want to share with you in this video. And why is it important? Because you want to promote yourself, you want to market, you want to sell yourself. And if you want to sell yourself, first of all, you need to know what do people buy. And that's exactly what we're looking at. If you don't know what people buy, then you do something, you work really hard, but you might not achieve much because you don't do what is attractive for the others, for your clients, for the people you work with. My name is Petra Rüst and I'm an expert in self-branding and self-marketing. And I have been helping experts like you for the past 18 years to build their reputation as the go-to person for high-level projects and all of that, taking into consideration sales psychology, but making sure that you're not having to pretend or come across as arrogant. And if you think this topic is important, then subscribe to my channel. Now, let's look at the 3 rules in sales psychology. Rule number 1. People only buy what is genuine. People do not buy fake. Fake is unattractive. We don't want fake. I'm sure it's happened to you. You were in a situation where you were with somebody and everything the person did was fine and everything the person said was fine, but still you had some sort of a negative feeling. Something wasn't right. Yes, that's because your subconsciousness told you that that person is fake or something about that person is fake. You couldn't place it consciously. You weren't aware what it is consciously. So you couldn't put your finger on it saying, it's because the person said this or that. You cannot place your finger on it, but still subconsciously, we have a lot of knowledge, subconscious knowledge that we can use. And here the subconsciousness tells you something. And usually it tells you something's wrong with the person. Something is fake. So therefore, you don't want to work with a person who gives you some sort of a negative feeling. You want to work with a person who is the real thing. What you see is what you get. So therefore, very important for you to always find out or to always think about, when do I feel true to myself? What feels good for me? Because usually if you don't feel good about something, the others will sense it and it'll not come across as genuine. Now, disclaimer, we have a bit of a problem here because of course, whenever you try something new, it's not your usual automatism. It's not what you do on a daily basis. You try to get better on that. You try to learn. Whenever we learn something new, it feels unauthentic because whenever something's new to us, whenever we do something different from how we've done it before, it doesn't feel genuine. And here you have to find a balance because on one hand, you want to feel authentic, you want to feel true to yourself, but on the other hand, you also try to broaden your portfolio, change your behavior regarding self-marketing. What can you do to still move forward and feel authentic at the same time? Because whenever we move forward, we do something different, it feels a bit strange. And here I suggest you take it step by step. You take tiny steps. So don't try to do something big and change it completely from one day to the next, but you take it step by step. So ask yourself, regarding your self-marketing and your self-promotion, what could be one step, one tiny step that I could take into the right direction so that I improve my self-marketing and I gain more visibility, but I do it in a way so that it feels okay and genuine, more or less, for me. So you break it down, what you want to do. You break it down to tiny actions and you take one tiny action, one tiny step at the time. So you take the next step into the right direction, and then you see, oh, it feels okay, I'm doing fine. And then you take the next step, and again you accustom yourself to that new situation. Oh, it's fine. And then you take the next step again. By taking these tiny steps, you will be able to, in the end, reach your goal, do something different, achieve something, change your behavior, but still in a way so that it feels okay and genuine for you. Rule number 2, people only buy what is emotional. And that's got to do with our brains. We want emotions. Our brain is hooked on emotions. It's got to do with being able to survive and everything. So our brain needs emotions. It's the flesh on the bone where the blood's dribbling out. It's the juicy details that we love. If you look at newspapers or magazines, why do all these newspapers with these sex and crime stories, why are they always the best-selling newspapers? Because our brain loves sex and crime. Why is CSI on every channel every evening? It's sex and crime. The brain loves it. But the problem is, your work is not about sex and crime. Your work is about facts and figures. So the question is, how can you present your work in a way so that it's still emotional for the brain, and people will be interested, people will want to listen to you, and people will keep in mind what you said. So let's take the example of a presentation. You have to hold a presentation. Figure out, how can I put it in a story? Storytelling. Stories are always emotional. Or how can I work with examples so that people can relate to what I'm telling them? It's not about naked facts and figures. That's just not relevant for the brain. It's about, how can I put these facts and figures into an example so that people can say, oh yes, of course, I do understand that example. That's got to do something with me. That is beneficial for me. Or a great story where people say, oh, this is interesting. What is this all about? Oh, I want to learn more. Now we come to the third rule, the final rule in sales psychology, and that's people only buy what offers them a benefit. People always ask themselves, what is in it for me? They want to gain something. If people don't gain anything, if they don't have a benefit, they will not buy. So therefore, you always have to ask yourself, not, oh, I'm the expert. What do I want to tell people? Or what do I know that people need? That's the wrong question and the wrong perspective. You have to change your perspective, moving away from, what I think is important, to who's the other person and what is relevant and interesting for the other person. And that's what you have to talk about. And if you do that, if you offer a benefit, if you offer an added value, then you will trigger their interest, they will listen to you, and you will get their buy-in. They will think you're attractive. You can win them over. So if you want to win people over, you will never going to do this with your own arguments or with what you think is important. You will always do that by offering something that is important and relevant for them. And if you follow these 3 rules, I'm sure you're going to see results and success very, very fast. And I wish you all the best, and thank you very much for being here. If you like that video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. And if you want to work with a person who can help you find all that, who can help you define, what emotions do I want to trigger? What benefit can I offer? Then let me know. I'm very, very happy to support you, and you will find all the contact details in the show notes. So looking forward to talking to you. Bye-bye.